Aí está. Olá.
¿Cómo estás? How are
Tudo
you?
bem, Cristiano? Bem?
How are you? Okay?
How are you? I'm fine. Hi, Silvia.
Hello.
Very well, very well. Running because the kid, the
The baby.
baby sleep 2 minutes before, so I say 4 minutes because was
Okay.
so how is everything?
Yeah, no, it's okay. It's okay. Staying inside, and
Yeah.
doing music and training a little bit, it's
Yeah. So David, before we start, we try to speak in English because we are not very good speaker. And we translate in Italian, okay?
Va bene. Va
Eh,
bene.
si alguno quiere que traduzca alguna cosa en castellano, me lo dicen, me lo escriben y lo traduzco, pero lo haremos en italiano y en inglés, porque se hace mucho lío en tres idiomas.
Va bene.
So, tell me how is everything there, and how many days are you at home there? When started everything?
About 30 days now.
Yes.
30 days, yeah, things aren't so hectic as they are in Italy. And in Italy, it's absurd, the numbers. But they say here in Brazil, we have like about 2,000 people that died, but they say that the number is not correct. It's a lot more. The government's kind of, we don't know.
Ha detto che da più o meno circa un mese sono a casa, che i numeri, diciamo che non è grave come in Italia, che i numeri ufficiali sono più o meno di 2000 morti, ma che si dice che non sono i numeri reali, che il governo insomma dà numeri che non sono reali.
E poi, sorry, and the most part of the people infected is in Rio, in São Paulo?
No, São Paulo, São Paulo. The most part of people infected were in the neighborhoods nearby the region I live, like the southeast side. So that's where it started. The hospitals here were the first cases of coronavirus here.
Wow.
Dice che la maggior parte dei casi non sono a Rio, ma a San Paolo, l'area sud-est, diciamo.
Il primo caso estuvieron ahí. Sono state lì nei primi casi. And what are you doing at home? You're trained a little bit? Playing music?
Yeah. Playing music, training, singing, the trumpet, internet.
You have the beard long.
Yeah.
When you finish this, you are going to have a like how do you say, the two guys from rock and roll from USA? Pop? No.
ZZ Top.
Exactly. Longer. So
no, I said, since I'm staying aside, I don't have any shows, anything. I'm like just gonna let it grow, I let it grow. But today I was gonna do the live, so I did a little bit of.
Allora, ha detto che lui adesso in questi giorni si sta allenando e suona e niente, che è tranquillo, poi stavano facendo delle battute sulla barba.
Sì, eso, che hoy si retocó la barba, si è retoccato un po' la barba. So we want to ask you about Taekwondo and about your music. We start with Taekwondo, of course, because I know more about Taekwondo. So we have a lot of questions. If you need to leave, we stop it, no problem. And some people wrote to us, so we have more questions. Okay, so we want to know about your when you started Taekwondo, why, where, which age, little bit about that.
I started training in the United States because my mom went to study there. She went to do her doctorate degree. My mom is an organist, you know, she plays like the pipe organ, and she went to do her doctorate degree there.
I remember.
And that was in 1985 when we went. And started training in 1986 with my teacher there. It was Miss Ray Kozier. Can you hear?
Yes.
Yeah, her name was Ray Kozier. Her name. She passed away later on. My teacher there for the most period of time was now Master Steve Scott.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, but we were when I practiced, I practiced under the Jido-Kwan. It was like it was not ITF, it was not WTF. It was like in the United States there are a lot of independent. Yeah.
I translated. Sorry. Ha detto che ha iniziato negli Stati Uniti perché la mamma suonava l'organo ed erano lì, che ha iniziato con una istruttrice e poi ha continuato con un altro maestro, ma che non era né ITF né WTF. Negli Stati Uniti ci sono tantissimi gruppi, tantissime scuole e stili differenti.
Molti si chiamano Taekwondo. There are many of school that say Taekwondo, but it's mix of, no?
Yeah, when we looked at to start doing it, I looked in the yellow pages and it said karate, you know, karate. We went there, it was Taekwondo, but
no,
Korean karate.
Magari ci sono karate e poi Taekwondo che insomma sono...
With the black dobok or kimono, what was?
It was white, but the teachers wore black, wore it was and now they wear blue, yellow.
Ha detto che aveva un kimono, un dobok, bianco, ma che l'insegnante ne vestiva di tutti i colori, blu, nero.
And so after you moved to Brazil.
Yeah, and then my mom finished her doctorate degree, and we came back to Brazil, and then I started to train with my teacher here, Mr. André Conchon.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I came back, we started to train in the WTF. I started training in the WTF.
At the beginner.
Yeah.
Ha detto che la madre ha finito il master, sono tornati in Brasile e lì ha iniziato più con la WTF.
But you started the WTF because there were not a lot of ITF, or just the first club?
Yeah, no, there was no ITF yet in Brazil. And then in 1991, the ITF started to be restructured here. And my teacher's teacher, whose name is Paulo de Tarso, who was Brazilian coach for many years, he had a long history with the ITF because he was a student of Master Sang Kim, which was one of the Koreans that the general sent to Brazil.
Yes.
Ha detto che l'istruttore è stato, diciamo, un allievo diretto di uno dei pionieri che hanno introdotto il taekwondo ITF.
E ce l'ha mandato lì
esatto, per diffondere il taekwondo ITF, che però prima non c'era, insomma.
And you remember which age you started in Brazil?
I started at 7. In Brazil, I was 11, 12. In the United States, I was 7, and then in Brazil, 11, 12. Yeah.
Aveva 7 anni quando ha iniziato le arti marziali negli Stati Uniti e più o meno 11-12 quando era in Brasile, diciamo.
And when you started ITF, you thought that I want to do ITF, or it was like a...
Yeah, no, I was just a kid, you know. I was a kid, so whatever my teacher was gonna do, I was gonna do too, you know. I didn't even think about it. Yeah.
You enjoyed
Ha detto che era un bambino, quindi quello che gli interessava, cioè lui seguiva quello che gli diceva il suo istruttore.
Che non pensava si era uno o l'altro.
Esatto.
And do you remember your first tournament?
Yeah, in the United States,
Yeah.
it was like, yeah, it was like I think I was a green belt, and it was like a point fighting. You know, you make the point and stop.
Stop.
And so yeah, I think I did three bouts, three fights, and in the final, and I ended up winning the first tournament. But then I started losing for a long time.
Yeah.
I won one tournament, then just lost.
All in the States.
Sorry?
All in United States.
Yeah, in the United States, and then when I came back to Brazil, the same.
Yeah.
I was just losing, and here in Brazil, since the ITF was small, like when I was, I don't know, like I was 14, I ended up sparring with the adults, you know. So I just lost, and I was already a black belt, so and I got really hit.
Like all punches and punches.
Yeah, exactly.
Ha detto che la prima gara era cintura verde negli Stati Uniti, che il match era un match di semi-contact, si fermava, ha fatto più o meno 3 match, è arrivato anche quindi alla finale e ha vinto, però ha detto che dopo di quello ha perso tantissime volte sia negli Stati Uniti che quando si è spostato in Brasile, che in Brasile la federazione anche poi quando è passata all'ITF diciamo era piccola, quindi anche se aveva 14 anni combatteva anche con gli adulti e che era anche cintura nera, quindi ancora più duro tutto e che ha preso tantissime botte.
And when do you think that you make it the change in your head maybe?
Yeah, it was I remember it clearly because it was in 1994. There was the selection for the World Championships, and I got to the final. I was in 1994. I was 16, I think. Yeah, 16, 15, 16. I got to the final, and I took a really bad beating in the final, and I was like crying and really angry, and you know. And my teacher said that that was Sunday. My teacher said that on Monday I was at the gym and I was training like completely different. I was maybe I think I lost my innocence, you know. So I just tried to train really hard, and then I started to. And then that year I won like the Brazilian Championship. Then I won a international tournament with the people from the U.S. and Argentina too. And then the next year,
championship was in 19?
it was 1994 the selection. Then 1995 I started to win the tournaments, and then 1996 I won the Pan American the first time against Paul Germain.
Ha detto che la domanda era se quando è stato il momento in cui ha cambiato tutto.
E lui ha detto che lo ricorda molto bene.
Nel 94 c'erano le selezioni per il mondiale e lui era arrivato alla finale, aveva 16-17 anni, era stato un combattimento veramente duro, si ricorda proprio i colpi al viso, le mani, i pugni al viso, ed era arrabbiato ovviamente per tutta la situazione. E il maestro poi gli aveva detto che il lunedì in palestra sarebbe cambiato il modo di allenarsi, si sarebbe trasformato, diciamo. E poi ha detto che insomma l'anno successivo ha iniziato a vincere il nazionale, a vincere anche tornei importanti, tra cui anche il
campionato panamericano dove
ha incontrato con Paul Germain.
E ha vinto. Did you won that Pan American champion with Paul Germain? No?
Yeah.
And con Paul Germain, quindi nel Panamericano.
He broke my nose, but I won.
Yeah?
Paul Germain gli ha rotto il naso con un pugno, però
ha vinto. And I want to ask you about, of course, Paul Germain, because many people from America, Paul Germain was wow, no? And after, for myself, of course, you and him, they were the top. So I want to know when you when you started to, when you know that you will fight with Paul Germain, how did you feel? You was quiet, you was nervous, you was, I want to fight, you understand?
I was nervous. But I think because when my teacher went to the World Championship for the first time, he went to Korea in 92, right? In Korea, North Korea. And he films a lot of fights, and he filmed a lot of fights from Paul Germain, from Pierre Guénet. When he brought the tape back, I just watched that like a million times. I watched his fights every day, like I don't know, 10 times. It was and for years. So I started like to imitate him. You know, the thing that he did with his hands and all that. I started to imitate him, and so I mean, when I went to fight him, of course, I was nervous, and I fought very defensively. I didn't let's go. It's not my style so much, but I knew a lot of his abilities, what he would do, you know. So I was kind of a little bit calm because I knew him very well. You know, I've seen him so many times. Yeah?
You study a lot.
Ha detto, allora, la domanda era quando ha combattuto con Paul Germain la prima volta, tra parentesi per le cinture colorate o per gli italiani in generale che non conoscono, stiamo parlando con una leggenda del Taekwondo e stiamo parlando di un'altra leggenda del Taekwondo, quindi un match incredibile, perché poi vabbè lui si sarebbe diventato famoso dopo. Comunque la domanda era come si è sentito sapendo di dover incontrare Paul Germain in combattimento. Lui ha detto ovviamente ero nervoso, proprio perché nel 92 c'era il mondiale in Corea, il suo maestro era stato lì e aveva filmato, aveva prodotto insomma tanto materiale video dei match di Paul Germain, e quindi quando li aveva riportati in Brasile lui li aveva studiati veramente tanto, ha detto le guardavo anche 10 volte al giorno e lì aveva iniziato anche a imitarlo, il suo modo di muoversi, della guardia, come si muoveva lui. Insomma lo conosceva veramente tanto, l'aveva studiato tantissimo, quindi sì, era nervoso, però poi ha combattuto e ci ha messo anche la sua impronta, il suo stile.
Sorry, well, no, you continue, please. Stop it. Okay. No, because I asked a question here. Javier Morsenti. Ciao, Javi. Hola, Javi. In Canada, 96 was the first time with Paul Germain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First time.
And in that moment, no, that moment in 96 in Canada, when you won with Paul Germain, how was?
Oh yes. I mean, I felt great. I felt great. I remember I fought in the semi-final. I fought against Brian Mutri. Mutri. Yeah.
Very good.
Very good. Very good. Yeah, he's spectacular. The timing, fantastic, and the whole division was very good. There was Brian. There was I forgot his name. A student from the school with Pablo Ferreira Borges, a student of he had a really long hair. Well, I'll remember.
Borges.
Yeah.
No,
it was not Borges. I think Borges was one was in the lighter division, and one was in the heavier division. I don't remember so much, but it was a really tough category, you know. Yeah. Well, I mean, I felt great. I wasn't the best fighting there, but I mean, I got there and then won. So for me, it was great.
Great.
Ha detto che in Canada tutta la categoria era molto dura, che lui sapeva di non essere, diciamo, il migliore della categoria, però poi l'ha gestito in maniera corretta e ha vinto lui.
Si alguno me lo recuerda, el chico de pelo largo que está diciendo, porque lo tengo en la punta de la lengua y no me acuerdo ahora. I say to the people, if somebody remember, because I know him, the person now, but I don't remember the name.
With his left leg forward and a really good yopchagi and hands and
yeah. And the strategic with Paul Germain that moment was defending. No, you say?
Yeah, I just moved a lot, and he had that whole style, you know. He's kind of no, come on now. So I was just moving, and when he came in, I went in with the hands, and then in one time in the final seconds of the fight, he was kind of changing his stance and going. I just threw a yopchagi straight in, and he fell down. So it's like I just kept cool and moved around, you know, and let him attack me. Yeah, I didn't attack him, you know.
Ha detto che come l'ha gestita con Paul Germain, che lui provocava molto Paul Germain, ma lui invece si è mosso tanto e aspettava il momento corretto per anticiparlo, che poi è riuscito anche con un calcio laterale a colpirlo, insomma, che l'ha gestita bene.
Sì.
C'è un commento questo di Matteo.
Matteo Sini. If you defeat this holy monster of Taekwondo, it means that you really was the strongest. You understand?
Yeah.
Sì, anche io lo penso così, Matteo. The same, I think the same. Sorry. I want to know if you can tell us how did you train for the World Championship, the first one championship? Because you was young, you was just starting with the qualification, you said, no? So how many hours did you study? Did you went to school and train, or just train?
Yeah, and I just, it was my first year in college, so I just got into college. So I would go to college during the morning, and I would train the afternoon. I would do a first training at 3 o'clock with my teacher and a few, sometimes other black belts, but mainly my teacher, me and him, because my teacher competed too in Russia in over 80 degrees, over 80 kilos, and he fought very well, but he injured his shoulder in the quarterfinal and couldn't go on. So we trained like at 3 o'clock, and then I would give a class, and then I would train again at night. And every day we train like 2 times a day. At the time, I didn't do weightlifting or anything like that. Yeah, and our training was we trained with the hands, but we didn't have much. We didn't know how to use it very well. So it was a lot of feet, a lot of speed, you know, and the hand would just come after. We were never attacked with the hands. I started to watch and try to cut in to anticipate with the hands, but I didn't have like to and go in with the hands. I didn't know about it, you know, and I had a difficult time when people did that to me too.
I understand.
Allora, la domanda era riguardo alla sua preparazione, gli allenamenti che faceva soprattutto per il primo mondiale. Lui ha detto che era il primo anno del college, quindi di mattina andava a scuola e poi diciamo che le sue sessioni di allenamento erano la prima nel pomeriggio alle 3 e l'altra alle 9 di sera, quindi più o meno 2 volte al giorno, che non faceva pesi ma era taekwondo, che anche il suo maestro si era preparato per fare il mondiale in Russia nel più 80, poi aveva avuto nei quarti di finale un infortunio alla spalla, quindi non ha potuto continuare. E ha detto che lavoravano molto, ma per esempio anche sul discorso delle braccia non avevano ben chiara la metodologia o come poter lavorare, e quindi lui diciamo che ha iniziato a copiare e a imitare molto gli altri guardando video.
Se basavano anche con la velocità, lavoravano molto nella partita della velocità. About this, I have another question about your kind of fight, because you say you never train a lot of the hands, but you did a lot of jumping punch. many times in anticipation or attacking, no blitz, no linear, just
yeah,
every time.
yeah.
And you have a very good timing with this.
Yeah.
At so many points. And the question is, do you like more that or dojo-chagi? Because you did a lot of dojo-chagi or bande? What is your technique? Yes.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I think each technique for each moment. The thing with the hands, I started to develop and get better. So in Argentina in '99, I was a lot better, especially to attack with the hands. And I got better. I still practice a lot of hands because it's the safest way. But I mean, the dojo chagi was we trained a lot. The dojo chagi a lot, especially because he had trained WTF his whole life. So dojo chagi was, you know, and the spinning kick, the back kick. I love the back kick. I think it's spectacular, you know. So. And the yop chagi was another technique that we trained, but we didn't have, you know, like my yop chagi is okay, but it's not a really good yop chagi, you know. So it's yeah.
Ha detto, allora, stavamo parlando prima dei pugni, che lui era molto bravo e effettivo con i pugni in volo, sia in contrattacco che di prima intenzione in attacco. Ha parlato un po' del timing che aveva e ha detto comunque lui che ha lavorato veramente tanto su questa parte, che in Argentina 99 si sentiva veramente forte con quello. E poi la domanda che le ha fatto Christian era qual era la sua tecnica preferita tra i pugni, che appunto erano molto efficaci, il calcio circolare e il bande, il calcio girato. E lui ha detto che era difficile rispondere, che ogni tecnica in base alla situazione, diciamo, e che ovviamente i pugni funzionavano bene, che il calcio circolare ce l'aveva da tutta l'esperienza con la WTF, e che il bande è veramente un calcio spettacolare che gli piace molto. E poi ha detto anche il calcio laterale, che anche su quello ci ha lavorato veramente tanto, però non aveva quella stessa sicurezza di queste altre tecniche, diciamo. Ci ha allenato tanto, ma mancava ancora qualcosa per sentirlo come una delle sue tecniche, diciamo, favorite.
About the punches, jumping punches, you did I saw many fights of you, so you did every time in attack, jumping very high in attack, like no like in Europe. Now the style changed, so it's more like blitz, linear. I think maybe it's more fast, but maybe the umpires didn't see too much the points. And do you think that is more effective or not? Of course, depending on the circumstance, of course, but
yeah. I think it really depends on who you're fighting, because if the person is very, very fast to go back and hit, if you jump, it's going to take a little bit longer. You might get hit in the thigh, or you know, in the ground. It's quicker. Yeah. I think I privilege more doing the jumping, because one time I went to go in the ground and the person just stood there and boom, I was running in, bam, and I got it. And I said, oh man, so I'm thinking I have to get away from the backhand, you know. So I would keep like an open stance with my chest and his chest that way, and I would go towards his back, you know, go over him and towards his back, not to get hit again, because I said, oh man, next time, yeah.
Allora, ha detto, aiutami sulla traduzione. No, ha detto che, allora, prima di tutto la domanda era sul tipo di attacco che lui faceva saltando più verso l'alto, quindi magari era un po' più lento rispetto al blitz che si fa adesso. E lui ha detto che preferiva, che ha detto prima di tutto che dipende da chi è il tuo avversario, quindi bisogna adattarlo a quello, perché se uno è molto veloce ovviamente bisogna essere più rapidi. E ha detto
che una volta ha fatto il blitz, diciamo
dritto,
così, dritto, e si è preso un pugno in faccia, quindi ha detto che doveva cambiare questo, che doveva utilizzare la mano da dietro e soprattutto cambiando, saltando un po' di più. Quindi tutta l'esperienza ti porta a migliorare. Deborah, abbiamo una domanda de Deborah e una domanda de quién era, de Darío, pero esas ya llegarán porque son dos preguntas que ya nos hicieron y las tengo acá escritas. Así que sigo un poquito preguntando dos cosas más y después llego a las preguntas de ustedes. What was your best World Championship? In everything, maybe in result, of course, or maybe not in results. No, I don't know. You understand? Feeling, everything.
Organization.
Okay.
In everything. Maybe you like more one World Championship that you didn't win, or maybe for you is the best Russia, or for everything your first World Championship, or I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to say because it's a lot of things. Each world championship is a story. I mean, Russia, it was the first time it was in Russia, you know, like, and Russia has
teams.
Yeah, Russia had 2 teams, and it's tense, you know. And so it was my first time. I got a really bad flu days before the World Championship. So it was to win there and to win against Paul Germain. I mean, it was fantastic. It was like
and Russia
Argentina
were like 70 countries, or no?
I don't remember. Yeah, but it was pretty good. It's pretty big. Yeah, pretty big. If you want to translate, yeah.
Allora, gli abbiamo chiesto qual era il suo mondiale, diciamo, preferito, tenendo in considerazione non solo il risultato sportivo, ma tutto. Ha detto che ovviamente è molto difficile rispondere perché ogni evento ha tante emozioni, tanti aspetti da considerare o comunque che lo arricchiscono. Sicuramente la Russia, che è il primo mondiale a cui ho partecipato, in più ha anche vinto con Paul Germain, quindi tantissime emozioni, era una gara anche grandissima, durissima, quindi quello è uno dei...
And did you follow with Tapilatus? Yes?
Yeah.
I changed the words, Italian, English. So, can you tell us how it was? You fought 2 times?
Yeah.
How was the first time and the second, of course? 2 different tournaments and but the feelings.
Yeah, the first time was in '99 in Argentina in the World Championship, which was a great World Championship. It was in Luna Park, and the atmosphere was great. It was, and we had first we did team in another city and then came. So it was really good. I really like the yeah. Against Tapilato, Stefan, it was the same. I didn't attack him too much. I waited more. He has a really difficult front leg, you know, very persistent and very onto you. So I just moved. Yeah, I moved, and once when he came in, I came in, and at the time we wore those gloves, the small Grand Mark gloves, really small, and I hit him really hard, boom, boom, with the right here. I think he kind of felt it, you know, and then I just kept moving, going out, dolio chagui, move, and I think I won by just a little, but I guess it was enough. The second time we fought in a tournament, the professional tournament that Master Galahaga organized.
Yep.
And that fight was more interesting, I think, because I was more courageous, maybe, and it was like three rounds of 2 minutes, I think. And in the beginning of the fight, he came in like to run with a punch. I went back and hit him with a back spinning kick. Boom, you know. And in the end of the first round, he came in and boom, hit me with a back spinning kick. In the second round, I went in with like a Yopchagi. I changed and came down with a hammer kick. Boom, in his face, in the middle. At the end of the second round, he hit me with a Dolio Chagi. I think it was this side, and he broke my tooth. My tooth broke here, you know. It was a good fight. It was a good fight. In the third round, I don't remember too much, but he won the third round and he ended up winning the fight. So, but it was good. It was good. Yeah.
Ho chiesto riguardo a Stefano Tapilatu, quasi tutti lo conoscono qua in Europa, e lui ha combattuto 2 volte, le 2 volte ha vinto. La prima ha combattuto nel campionato
Argentina nel 99, ha avuto un grandissimo campionato mondiale.
Che hanno fatto per esempio in Argentina se hanno fatto la squadra di qualificazione, si hanno fatto in 2 città diverse, e poi la finale di tutto si è fatto in un mega stadio in Buenos Aires, che lui ricorda molto bene quella organizzazione.
Ha detto che anche con lui non andava lui ad attaccare, che si muoveva tantissimo, e ha aspettato, perché comunque il Tapilatu era molto bravo con le gambe, è pericoloso, e in più poi ha detto comunque le protezioni che si usavano prima non è che fossero molto morbide, anzi si sentiva tutto, e quindi l'ha aspettato, ha trovato il momento giusto e poi l'ha anticipato con 2 pugni veramente forti, e quindi poi da lì ha gestito lui il combattimento.
Che ha vinto per molto poco, però che ha vinto. E poi il secondo ha detto che nel circuito professionale in Argentina, che ha organizzato Master Galarraga.
È stato fatto su 3 round questo, e che subito è partito in avanti Tapilatu e lui ha fatto un bande, l'ha preso e l'ha colpito col bande, che diciamo che lui ha gestito bene i primi 2 round. Si stavano picchiando, cioè era molto forte anche perché nel circuito era no? E poi
nella finale del primo round, se non ho capito bene, non ho capito male, Stefano ha fatto un giro anche a lui in faccia, e poi quando è partito il secondo round le ha fatto la finta del calcio laterale, le ha fatto una sforiciata a martello in faccia, e così ha fatto tutto il
poi
round.
Lui si è preso un circolare che è
in faccia, esatto, il lato
due denti,
sinistro credo.
E che poi insomma alla fine il terzo round è stato un po' più superiore Tapilatu, e poi si è aggiudicato lui, diciamo, questo incontro.
Ok, adesso faccio l'ultima domanda e poi
vediamo
leggo qua. I do one more question after I ask all this. What is more difficult for who was more difficult for you, Tapilatu or or Porcelain? Because the style very different.
Very different, yeah. I think Tapilatu's style, his style is more difficult for me because he likes to pressure, you know, go in, go out, and it's the same as Thomas Barada, you know, the whole time pressuring, coming in. For me, it's very difficult to fight with. Porcelain is more relaxed, you know, so you give you time to think, time to.
Yes.
The European way is a lot of pressure. For me, it was very hard to fight that style against that style.
Ha chiesto secondo lui qual era più difficile da affrontare, un Tapilatu o un Porcelain. Ha detto che per lui, per il suo modo di combattere, forse Tapilatu, per il suo stile di combattimento che faceva molta pressione, mentre con Porcelain comunque aveva più tempo per pensare, e invece Tapilatu come Barada, che mettevano veramente pressione tutto il tempo, erano più impegnativi da affrontare.
The people ask about who was your more difficult opponent, how to say, more difficult?
Yeah, it's difficult to say. I mean, I had the chance to fight almost all the great fighters of my time. You know? So I fought against Pablo Ferreira, for me, who's an idol. You know, I admire him, his style very much, and him very much. I fought against from Poland, the two-time world champion, up to 80 kilos. It's not Idzikowski. Well, I fought him, who's very good. I fought Tapilato, Poggiamen,
Batista.
Batista, yeah, Batista, Gartenberg.
So
it's really hard to say. Yeah, it's difficult. Yeah.
La domanda era qual era il suo avversario, diciamo, più difficile in generale tra tutti quelli che ha incontrato. Ha detto che è veramente difficile rispondere perché lui ha combattuto con tantissimi atleti di livello di quel tempo, tantissime persone che hanno fatto un po' la storia, diciamo, anche del combattimento nella ITF. Ha fatto alcuni nomi come alcuni argentini, Ferrero, Batista o Gartenberg.
Sì, Gartenberg.
But there was one fight. There was one fight that I thought that, like, I couldn't do anything. I just couldn't do anything. That was against Neil Ernest in the final in Poland.
Ah. Yeah.
He started the fight. He hit me with a Yopchagi, then he hit me with the Dolio. I tried to go to hands. He got me with the hands. I mean, I couldn't do anything. And in Poland, I think I was fighting well. I did a good championship, and I fought difficult opponents. But when I got to the final against Neil, he just so maybe that was the most difficult. Maybe I didn't fight. I couldn't fight. Yeah.
Il maestro Neil Ernst del Galles, con cui ha combattuto una finale, che ha detto che non riusciva proprio a fare niente, che lui andava sempre avanti con tantissime tecniche, quindi non riusciva a trovare, diciamo, la soluzione del combattimento.
Deborah say, what do you think about the evolution of the fight styles of TKD? Sì.
Nowadays. The evolution.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the last World Championship that I went to was 2013 in Spain. Huh?
Yeah.
And I mean, there was, I thought the level was great. You know, there was this guy from I don't know his name, from Russia, who was just incredible, and the control with the front leg. You know, so they put the leg on top and go, and very good hands, back kick. I mean, I thought that the style was great. From what I watch nowadays, I think it's depending too much on only the side kick, you know, but just to move and always try to get a space to get with the side kick and go with the hands.
But do you think maybe it's I see the same, but maybe it's the how many points do you have with the side kick and how many points with the jumping punch? Because before it was different. So many people like you jump a lot, no?
Sure.
So maybe that or not.
Maybe it is. Maybe it is. I think it's strange to see how the style of competition evolves. You know, it's strange to see, because, for example, when I went to the World Championships, the style that I fought had nothing to do with the style that the Europeans fought. It was completely different, you know. Europeans, a lot of front leg. My style was moving, dolio chagi, spinning kick. It was very different.
Yeah,
I could see that my style a little bit at the time. It influenced some people. So I think maybe the style of some people kind of determine one kind of road, you know, and everybody goes there, because the human being likes to imitate. You know, the human being is he likes to see and do the same thing.
Yeah.
So maybe that's it. Maybe the question of how many points it's given to each thing. Yeah, I think it's a bunch of things. Yeah?
Ok, abbiamo detto 2 miliardi di cose, adesso non mi devo ricordare da dove siamo
She
partiti.
might remember.
Allora, stavamo dicendo che lui ha gareggiato fino al 2013 in Spagna e lì quello che ha visto ha detto che comunque il livello è molto alto, ha parlato di questo russo che aveva un controllo incredibile della gamba di davanti, ha detto che forse adesso è troppo calcio laterale e che lui è più per muoversi, movimento e trovare anche altre soluzioni, magari anche con le mani, però poi Cristian ha detto giustamente che prima i punti erano diversi, perché i pugni in volo valevano 2 punti e il calcio laterale valeva 2 punti, adesso i pugni in volo valgono 1 punto e il calcio laterale vale sempre 2, però c'è differenza, quindi si tende a usare di più le gambe.
Che nella sua epoca, quando lui viaggiava per esempio al campionato mondiale, si vedeva perfettamente lo stile europeo, che era calcio laterale, con il stile suo, che ha riuscito magari a influire un po' alla gente, a influenzare, però che adesso quasi tutti cercano di copiare.
No, che è normale che poi si imitino le persone che vincono e quindi anche lui ovviamente ha influenzato.
Come si dice influenzare in inglese?
Influence.
Ok, tu mi influenzati a me. È normale. I have the ball. No, for you. No, Gustavo asked, how do you
define?
¿Cómo te defines como combatiente? ¿Me entiendes, no? Esto. ¿Cómo te defines? ¿Inteligente, rápido, fuerte?
I think rápido, speed was one of the una característica.
Sì.
Fuerte, mais ou menos. I think with time I got stronger, but it was never really strong. There's more speed. I think one thing good that I had is that I had a series of many techniques to match the person, you know. So if the person liked to do, I don't know, if he came in with a Yopchagi that was a little bit higher or more, I could hit under, you know. Or if his Yopchagi was kind of slow, I could come in with the hands and hit. If he was I don't know, if I felt that I could go in with the hands.
You have resource.
Yeah, exactly. I think that was good. And I mean, and I kept developing. So when I changed the category from 71 to 80, it was a whole different thing, you know, a whole different style. The 80 category, it's still fast, but it's a lot more. It's a lot harder. It's a lot harder. So I had to develop and yeah.
Allora, la domanda di Gustavo, ciao Gustavo, era come si definisce lui come atleta. Ha fatto alcuni esempi, per esempio intelligente, forte, veloce. Ha detto che sicuramente veloce era una delle sue caratteristiche, forte, più veloce diciamo che forte. E poi un'altra cosa che comunque aveva lui di avere diverse armi da sfruttare, quindi in base alla situazione. Ha fatto l'esempio per esempio di un calcio laterale che arrivava più alto o più basso, aveva diversi tipi di soluzioni di contrattacco, quindi quello ha aiutato molto. Poi ha detto che quando ha fatto il cambio di categoria, in quella più pesante, che certo c'era anche la differenza che erano più duro tutto, e però che comunque ha sempre lavorato anche su tutte queste sue armi per migliorarle e per adattarsi anche ai combattimenti.
Andrea, ¿cómo se preparaba para la gala? Ya lo habíamos chiesto.
No, però dice
Però,
mentalmente.
how do you prepare when you was young mentally for the
And
championship?
if you have something to suggest to all the young junior competitor about that.
It's difficult to say. Three things happen. In Russia, I before I fought the World Championships, I got really sick. I got a really bad flu. You know, I was in bed with a fever, and in Argentina, before the war in Argentina, I broke my foot a month and 10 days before the World Championship. So I took the cast. I trained like 5 days and went to the World Championship. In Italy, we were training special techniques in Italy, in Rimini, right, before. I'm sorry?
In special techniques in Italy, you take medals, no?
No. Oh. We were training for the team,
Okay, the team, okay. Yeah.
I ran to do the team Yopchagi. When I put my foot on the ground and jumped, I had in the ischium here, in the here in the butt.
Okay.
I couldn't walk. I stayed in bed taking pills to take off the pain. So these 3 times, they were really a question of, for me, it was like I just had to keep cool, keep my head straight, you know, mentalize, pray, and it was really a big inner battle first, you know.
Yeah.
And maybe when I got to fight, to the part of fighting, maybe it was kind of, I don't know, easier. I wouldn't say easier, but it was. I had already done a really big battle with me, and of course that was my mind playing a trick. I think so. I don't know. So.
One moment. Ha detto che è difficile rispondere, che 3 anni prima dei 3 mondiali, prima della Russia, era stato molto male con la febbre alta. Prima del mondiale in Argentina invece un mese e mezzo prima si era rotto il piede, quindi poi si era allenato, diciamo, l'ultima settimana. E poi lo stesso in Italia stavano allenandosi con le tecniche speciali a squadre, e lì soltanto prendendo la rincorsa si era strappato il gluteo, il fianco, e quindi anche lì un dolore incredibile. Era a letto cercando di prendere medicine, poi ha detto cercando di stare concentrato mentalmente e pregando, che era stato, diciamo, la parte più dura era stato il pre-mondiale del mondiale stesso, e quindi diciamo che non è che poi aveva, il mondiale era facile, però diciamo che anche quello gli è servito come risposta mentale, forza mentale.
Continue, please.
Yeah, so it was like that. I mean, I really couldn't say I have a system, you know, of doing this. For me, it was during the World Championships. It's really good, like to do my fight and to watch and see the next guy I was going to fight, try to elaborate what I could do. That kind of gave me a calm, you know. I could see the person's energy, if he was really or more calm, so I could like adapt better, you know. For me, that kind of helped me, you know.
Ha detto che una cosa che lo aiutava tantissimo era, ovviamente rimaneva concentrato durante il mondiale e poi guardava gli avversari, quindi quello gli dava il tempo di prepararsi anche mentalmente, pensare a come impostare il combattimento, e diciamo che quell'aspetto lì, quel momento lì di studio lo aiutava tanto.
Dario,
aspetta, sì. Dovevo dire for the junior now, what you can suggest to them to do before a fight, or about mental training?
Yeah. Well, what I suggest to my students is to watch the others, try to get a feeling of what's going to happen, you know, get in the fight really heated up, you know, be ready to fight, and don't come in like, just stretch a little bit and I'm gonna go, you know, just get in really heated up. I think basically that's it, you know. And of course, you have to be very concentrated. You have to like close down. You can't be like, oh, blah, 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 blah. Oh, okay, I'm gonna fight. You know, you have to be, for me, like alone. You know, breathing, eyes closed, and very concentrated in what's gonna happen. You know?
Allora, inizio dalla fine. Ha detto che sicuramente bisogna essere concentrati, arrivare pronti, diciamo, al match, che è quello che dice ai suoi allievi, è di guardare i match, di iniziare a sentire su se stessi, insomma, trovare le sensazioni giuste per affrontare il match, non arrivare al combattimento scarichi, senza essere pronti e concentrati con un po' di stretching e basta, ma di entrare veramente nel combattimento prima che inizi il combattimento, e quindi quello, diciamo, il suo suggerimento.
David, we must close and restart again because Instagram give only one hour pass.
Okay.
So we close and we open again.
If okay. For you is okay, if
for
you
you
have time,
okay.
Just
sure, no problem.
Question and we finish.
Ragazzi, ci colleghiamo in 2 secondi che Instagram ci blocca. Nos conectamos en 1 minuto que Instagram no cierra. If you want. Dario asked about how is Brazil organization, how are the schools, how is the competition, how is everything, the level, how is everything there?
Yeah, well, unfortunately, we had a few years ago the federation here
broke.
Yeah, got divided in 2. I mean, before there was another part that with the general son. Mm-hmm. Now the main got divided in 2, and the 2 they don't compete together anymore. So for years we had it was developing well, and it was growing, and the level was good. We had good fighters. And developing too in patterns and things like that, but now it's kind of I'm not participating so much anymore. I go to the tournaments to take my students and things like that, but the tournaments they lost. They're not as big as they were. So.
One second. You listen?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, because stop it. Now.
I translate a little bit. La domanda era come sta andando la federazione brasiliana, come livello, come crescita, un po' in generale. Ha detto che, diciamo che qualche anno fa la federazione più importante si è divisa e non collaborano tra di loro, quindi questo ovviamente ha danneggiato tutti, che in un momento c'era, ciao Adri, in un momento c'era anche un buon livello di...
Anche la gente del forma.
E però insomma questa divisione ha creato alcuni problemi. Ha detto che anche lui adesso sta partecipando molto poco, che porta i ragazzi alle gare, però insomma non sono proprio al top.
Yes, because the same question that Dario asked, we wanted to do it to ask you, because from long time that Brazil in a World Championship is not so wow, no. So I wanted to ask what Brazil must do for grow up like before. You need more people, or you need more professional people for work, or you understand?
Yeah. I really don't know what we should do to grow. I think we don't have many people teaching, so there aren't many schools. I think that the people, the schools that we have that teach, they teach only to like the middle and maybe higher class socially, no. So we don't have teachers for the great majority of the Brazilian population, which is poor people, and these poor and they have amazing. I teach at how to say a social project, a social for teaching for poor people. Yeah, and I mean, I have two of the students, and many of them, but two are just like they're yellow belts, and they're really talented. You know, so. We'd have to open Taekwondo. Taekwondo is like for a higher class, you know. We have to open it for everybody, you know. We have to have more teachers and teachers going in this direction, I think.
Ha detto che sicuramente hanno bisogno di una maggiore quantità di praticanti e di centri che ci sono, perché non sono tanti. Ora sì.
Agora sì.
Okay, we finished to translate.
Yeah, and stop it.
Okay.
Now we want to speak about your music, okay? And before you tell about your music, Soledad Serrano, you know her? Soledad Serrano asked if you prefer Taekwondo or music.
It's I mean, music for me now is what I'm doing the most. You know, I'm concentrating more on music. I'm not competing anymore. So maybe music now is my competition, my new competition. Yeah, try to get better and improve and sing better and play better. I think now I'm more focused on music for sure. Yeah, but I still love Taekwondo. I train 2-3 times a week and teach every day. So yeah.
But your work is Taekwondo? Only Taekwondo?
Yeah, Taekwondo and music.
And music, okay. So full time in both things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Allora, la domanda che ci ha fatto Soledad era se preferisce, siccome lui è anche un musicista, un cantante, se preferisce la musica o il Taekwondo. Ha detto che ovviamente è complicato rispondere, che al momento però, visto che non sta più gareggiando, è più concentrato sulla musica, sul suonare, cantare meglio, e diciamo che dedica più tempo alla musica, che comunque però continua ad allenarsi e insegna tutti i giorni con il Taekwondo, quindi sono due cose importanti per la sua vita.
When you started the music, and when your mother, no, you say, but from very young, playing the trumpet?
The same time when I started with Taekwondo, it was all the same. I started to with the trumpet, and then I started to sing in a choir, and then I started to play the piano. And I did this until I was 13, 14, and then I stopped with music and just kept with Taekwondo. And then in college, I started to sing again in the choir. And after college, I did kind of like a second college of music. Yeah.
Allora, ho detto più o meno come il Taekwondo, nel senso che ha iniziato quando avevo 7 anni, come abbiamo detto prima, comunque anche la mamma suonava, quindi in casa c'era la musica. Ha detto che ha suonato la trompetta, il piano, diversi strumenti, e che insomma anche quando andava al college poi comunque ha fatto anche una scuola di musica. E che diciamo prima forse non l'ho tradotto, che lui vive come professionista di Taekwondo e anche musicista, quindi quelle sono le sue anche, oltre passioni, anche lavoro.
And the style of your music, did you change before, or because now is now the only music that I hear you is like jazz, no? So,
Yeah.
but before you think about jazz or another, you play another kind of music?
Well, when I was like in music school when I was younger, like we played like whatever, everything, yeah. But when I started to do this kind of college that I did, music, when the teacher started one semester was about jazz singing, and then I just loved it. You know, I love the songs. I love the. I felt very comfortable doing it, and so then I started to sing jazz. You know, yeah.
Allora, ha detto che diciamo che quando andava a scuola suonava tutto quello che ovviamente gli proponevano, poi quando ha fatto quest'altro college più specifico, una delle materie era il jazz, e quindi diciamo che gli è piaciuto subito ed si sentiva veramente bene con quel tipo di musica, quindi diciamo che la sua musica prediletta è suonare il jazz.
And how many concerts do you do in a year?
I don't know. It was like the year before the virus, of course. Nah? The year before, I was singing like 3 times a week.
Oh.
Yeah, 3 times. But there were weeks where I sang every day. You know, there were weeks that were 2. But it was really good. We were playing a lot. It was good.
Ha detto che suona tantissimo, che prima del virus suonava a volte, magari 3 volte alla settimana, ma alcuni giorni anche cantava tutti i giorni, quindi veramente molto attivo.
But every time only in Brazil, or did you go away?
No, just in Brazil. Just in Brazil.
In Brasile, soltanto.
Right. Do you know Master Thierry Mayor from Finland?
Yeah, yeah. He plays. He's Pink Floyd, right?
No, I think
Pink Floyd, right? Pink Floyd. He has like a Pink Floyd cover, right?
Speaking about that, he play Pink Floyd songs and very popular. So maybe you can come here to Italy, do a class of Taekwondo, and after we will do a big concert with your band and Master Thierry together.
Yeah, great. Yeah, love it.
So it will be great. Many people are asking to play the trumpet or song. I spoke with David before that he must sing.
Sing or play?
Or play.
I can do that. I'll sing first.
Ok. Ragazzi, gente, escuchen bien. Espero que esto los haga felices. Los hagan felices.
Un momento storico.
Historic moment. The world champion singing.
Night and day, you are the one. Only you beneath the moon and under the sun. Whether near to me or far, it's no matter, darling, where you are, I think of you. Night and day, day and night. Why is it so that this longing for you follows me wherever I go? In the roaring traffic's boom, in the silence of my lonely room, I think of you. Day and night, night and day, under the hide of me, There's an oh such a hungry yearning burning inside of me, and this torment won't be through if you let me spend my life making love to you day and night, night and day, night and day.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Great.
Gracias.
Great. Master Carlos Martin say you look like sound like Frank Sinatra.
Young Sinatra.
Young Sinatra. Did you sing a lot of Sinatra songs? No? Did you sing Sinatra?
Yeah, this one, the compositions by Cole Porter, but Sinatra he recorded it. Yeah.
And did you write the music? Did you?
If I write music,
Compositor.
if I compose, I do compose, but I don't put the lyrics. I don't have any composition lyrics. I just have like instrumental. Yeah, I'm trying to find a lyricist, you know.
Okay, okay. But your friends of the band do the rest, or how do you organize? You understand, you know? You put the lyrics.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
And the rest?
Lui mette la musica ma non le parole.
Okay, but the words, who writes the words?
No, there aren't words yet.
Okay, yeah. I understand now.
Ha solo della musica, ha composto musica, ma non ha ancora trovato qualcuno che metta le parole.
Okay, okay, I understand. Sorry. And about the trumpet? I'm sorry. I saw many concerts of you, but
Questo è
I want
speciale da casa.
But your family, you live alone because
Saranno abituati.
It's me and she.
Which is the name?
Luna.
Sorry?
Luna.
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 Eleonora say, what is your favorite song?
Before a competition.
Before a competition. Did you hear something of jazz or no?
No. No. I never liked music to concentrate it because I get confused. I start concentrating on the music and then I lose. So to spar is to go to spar. Music is another thing, you know.
Ha detto che non gli è mai piaciuto ascoltare la musica perché si distraeva in realtà, quindi anche prima l'ha detto, non l'ho tradotto, che era stare soli per concentrarsi in silenzio, diciamo.
Ok, you have the trumpet, you have the time, you have the spectators or the public.
Wow. Grazie.
Thank you very much.
Grazie.
It was a pleasure hearing you.
All right.
He say that I'm sorry for this problem. ¿Cómo era la ronda?
If the rhythm, il ritmo ti aiuta para il timing nel combate.
Well, I think the for a fighter to be able to adapt to the rhythm, you know, and push the rhythm or get the rhythm of the other fighter is very, very important. I don't know if maybe because I study music when I was a kid, maybe it helped, but I wouldn't know how to say it. I really don't know.
Il ritmo è molto importante per sapere quando fare la cosa, no? Che magari lo ha aiutato, però lui non lo sa, non se lo sa, non te lo sa dire. The baby woke up, so we are going to present you Lara. I think so. He have a angry face today.
Oh yeah.
No, it's just because she woke up now. And so we present her and we do the last question and you are free. Okay?
Oh.
Lara, David, Lara.
What's her name?
Lara.
Lara. Oh, she's beautiful. She's beautiful. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Grazie.
We're champion. So the last question is sorry. The last question is about what do you see a positive things of this situation? Can you explain something positive to the people, to help the people?
I think well, in a bigger level, I think it's going to be in a bigger level, in a world level, in terms of world mentality. I think it's going to be a change in how people view especially the economic part of the world, because here in Brazil we have all these the economists, and they're all liberal and neoliberal, and for them, like the state must have nothing, everything has to be private, and the state, it's like and in this situation here, what's one thing that is saving Brazil, and it's going to be very important, is because the health system Brazil is the government is who has the health system in Brazil, and it has flaws, of course. It's not perfect. It's far from being perfect, but it can support the population, especially the poor population. So we have the situation where everybody has to stay home. The government has to find a way to get money to these people, because they have to stay home. They can't work. So I mean, there's going to be a change in the economic way of thinking, because the way we think today is just taking away from the population, and from the poor, and from what the government can provide. And leave the great majority of the people in a really bad situation. I know that in Europe it's very different. In Europe you have the social security nets. It's very strong. In France, in Germany, and the Nordic. Most of Europe is really strong, and I mean it has to be that way. You can't be just profit, just money for the rich,
Ha detto che, più o meno, faccio una sintesi, che adesso con questo problema che sta avendo a livello mondiale, che sarà un problema grande, económico soprattutto, che digamos que los gobiernos deberían ayudar, en vez de tener siempre profito o guadagno, que lamentablemente siempre sacan y sacan y habrá mucha gente más pobre, sacan de los pobres, digamos. ¿Qué más dijo?
Que el sistema sanitario
Ah,
en Italia...
que por ejemplo el sistema sanitario en Europa es mucho, es que está mucho mejor. Sorry.
I mean, in Europe, there's this social security. I mean, in Europe,
in Europa, noi come europei siamo più rispaldati.
Vale per tutti.
Esatto.
Non ci sono distinzioni in base alla disponibilità economica.
Esatto.
Nobody's going to die of hunger, you know, die of being hungry. Here in Brazil, it can be common, you know. So.
Che nessuno morirà, diciamo, qua di fame, però invece in Brasile sì, diciamo. And what do you, which words you can give to the people, like, ¿cómo se dice?
You gave to your students now.
What do you say to your students, to your friends? Not about the political problem, just about the, okay, this is a bad situation, but we look the positive things. Okay, now we can speak with David Kerr, for example. Now we can do it gymnastic at home with my baby. You understand? Which is something positive of this for you.
Yeah. Well, this is what's happening here. Like you said, it's fantastic. I mean, we can have this talk and in the day life, we probably wouldn't. It's really difficult. I'm trying to figure it out myself. You know, I'm really not sure. I'm just observing. Sometimes I'm in a good mood. Sometimes I'm really in a bad mood. I don't know. I'm using the time to develop. You know, to develop my playing, my singing. I don't know what else to do. I mean, it's. I don't think I have many inspiring words, you know. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Don't worry. Just that was the last question. Every time we do the same question to everybody.
Ha detto che è difficile rispondere, che anche lui comunque c'ha dei momenti di alti e bassi, che cerca di concentrarsi su se stesso e niente, che bisogna, gli esempi che le abbiamo fatto noi, di avere più tempo, o comunque anche questa opportunità che abbiamo adesso, per esempio, di poter fare un live con lui. Certo, quelli sono esempi positivi, però che non sa bene cosa consigliare, perché appunto in alcuni momenti è un po' difficile anche per lui, che adesso ovviamente con le sue passioni, la musica, rimane concentrato con quello, su quello.
So David, thank you so much.
Grazie veramente per l'intervista, per le emozioni, per tutto.
You was my idol with Paul Germain involved, really, and you inspire me a lot, and I wish you the best to you and your family. Okay.
And thank you very much.
Again here in Italy and or in
Brazil.
Yeah, or in Brazil.
Right. Yeah. Sure. No, thank you very much. It was a great pleasure. Thank you for your words. I get goosebumps, you know. And
thank you. Se bloqueó ese círculo, no me gusta. Okay, David. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so thank you again. Grazie a tutti. Ricordiamo mercoledì siamo con Gastón Casero, ok? Che ci starà parlando un po' del Taekwondo, del corso Harmony e tutto che fa in Argentina. Quindi No se lo pierdan el miércoles con Gastón Casero de Argentina. Ok? Thank you very much again.
Grazie.
Okay? Grazie a tutti.
Grazie di cuore.
Bye bye. Bye bye.
Ciao, grazie.